This countdown is on. Let me say it one more time. The countdown is on. 21 days. Can you believe it? The clock is ticking, and whether we're ready for it or not, 2025 will be here before you know it. But I want to ask you, when January 1st rolls around, are you going to be ready to step into your dreams, your breakthrough, the things that you want to do? Or is it just going to be another flip of the calendar? Here it is, January 1st. The truth is that breakthroughs don't just happen. They're really built on intentional decisions. That decision making process makes a difference. The kind that can, those decisions that can push you forward, even when it's uncomfortable. And the best time to make those decisions, well, right now. And that's why we're going to talk about it. So today, I want to share with you 3 make or break decisions you need to make before this time runs out. Now, I don't want to talk about just quick tips or surface level ideas. I like to go just a little deeper, give you a different perspective. And these are more the kinds of shifts that set you up for the transformation, that kind of transformative place that you might want to be in 2025. And so the 3 ideas and decisions that I'm going to talk with you today about really are more designed to help you break through some of the old stories you might be telling yourself. And so we're going to look at the decisions about connections, about your energy, about vision. And so if you're ready to stop spinning your wheels and get ready for 2025, we can jump right on in. So let's get into it. So the first decision that's going to be important for you to think about to prepare yourself for breakthrough in 2025 is the decision about redefining your connections. The decision to do a year-end audit of your relationships. So here's the decision you have to make. Who will you allow into your life in 2025, and who needs to stay behind in 2024? Now, I know you're saying to me, Dr. Geneva, you really hitting us with that. And I want to say, we tend to think about all different things when we're approaching a new year. We can look at all our resolutions and see a lot of different things we want to improve or adjust or do differently. But your relationships are one of the biggest influencers on your growth. But I'm just going to be honest about it. And that is that many of us hold on to connections out of habit, guilt, or some kind of fear of change. And we have these fixed stories that really don't work. They deal with loyalty or obligation. And frankly, they keep us stuck. Even when, and we're in these connections and we tell ourselves that they're important, but these connections, even when they're no longer serving us, we're still in them. So I'd like to invite you to think about making a decision about redefining your connections for 2025. And as you prepare for it, here's are the things that you want to think about. Who supports your growth and challenges for you to rise higher? I want you to be honest about who drains your energy or keeps you tied to outdated things. You know, I refer to the people in your life who might be life force drainers. You know, they just suck it right on out of you, no matter what you're doing, but you're still connected with them. You need to set boundaries that protect your time and energy. And here's the truth that I want to share with you. The people you surround yourself with are either your accelerators or your anchors. So you need to choose wisely. The people with you can either jumpstart, can help you accelerate, or they can tie you down. They can anchor you. And I'm talking about anchoring in the sense of keep you still in one place. Okay. And so this is the time for a year-end audit. You can audit your circle. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to write down the top 5 people you spend the most time with. Okay. And then ask yourself, are these relationships in sync with where I want to go? Or are they keeping me comfortable and complacent? It's tough. I know it is. And the decision about this can, be kind of scary. But it's not about cutting people off. It really is about curating a network that fuels your vision and what you need to do and where you want to go. Because the wrong connections just won't keep you stuck. They'll make you question your very own potential. So that's a decision I invite you to think about for 2025. Do that audit of your connections. The second decision that's so important for your setup for your breakthrough in 2025 and really is related to the first decision that I mentioned. And I want it to be, I want you to see the interconnectedness between the decisions that you should be making for 2025, because they all fit and all are going to help you discover your power and possibilities. The second decision that I want you to think about is reclaiming your energy. Yeah. And so here's the decision. Will you keep giving your energy to what drains you, or will you reclaim it and focus on what truly matters? Now, when we think about connections and relationships, that's a piece of it. But in this second decision, I want you to go just a little broader to think about energy, your time, your energy, your self-care itself. I want you to focus on that, because your energy, frankly, is your most valuable resource that you have. It fuels your goals, your dreams, and your ability to take action and to move every day and groove. Yet so many of us scatter our energy across things and with things that really no longer serve us. They just don't. We overcommit to roles and responsibilities, and we know they really ain't exciting us, but we're doing it out of habit or obligation or loyalty. We cling to routines, things that we do that make us feel safe and comfortable. But if we really look at it, they can leave us stagnant and stuck. And we say yes to things when we know we should be saying no. So here's the truth about energy. You know, where your energy flows, your future grows. Now, you can quote me on that because that's one of my original sayings. And I love saying it. Where energy flows, your future grows. So, to reclaim your energy in 2025, you really have to get intentional about where your energy is going. Okay. So I want you to ask yourself, so what activities light me up, make me feel good, get me excited? Okay. What drains me, even if it feels familiar or necessary? Okay. And I put that quotes around necessary because if we think about what it is that we do on a day-to-day basis and really stop and reflect and find ourselves, kind of drained by it, is it really necessary or is it just familiar and we're doing it out of a sense of, well, I've always done it that way? Okay. I also want you to ask the question, where am I saying yes when my heart is really saying no? I really don't want to go to that event. I really don't want to fly to such and such to see such and such or do or go to that meeting, whatever it is. You know what it is that you say yes to, but you know you don't want to go. So you see, reclaiming your energy isn't just about self care, it really is about aligning and resourcing, making sure that you have the resources inside of you and your level of, you can do things, you have the activity, the energy, and your energy is in focus with and in sync with what your dreams are, what your goals are, what it is that you really want to do. I know for me, it had a lot to do with stepping away from the idea that I had to do everything myself, and particularly after I lost my husband and had been married, for 40 years plus. And, you had that power partner that I always depended upon. And then when he was gone, I had to do everything myself, or so I thought. And so had to get into that mode. Now, yes, it's true that I had to learn to do things as a single person that I did before with somebody. That's a big difference. Major transition, major change. Yes. So I immediately went into, I got to do everything myself, got to fix everything, got to figure out everything, got to solve every problem myself, da, 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 da. I soon learned that that was a story I was telling myself that wasn't necessary for me to do. And that if I wanted to live a full and vibrant life, discovering all my power and possibilities, I had to figure out ways to conserve, save, reclaim my energy. And it played out in so many different ways. And this was one of them, that is moving away from this old story that I had to do everything myself. So delegating for me wasn't just about saving the time. It really was about giving my energy the space to grow in this new life that I had to create. And so, this decision about reclaiming our energy might feel uncomfortable at first, but I want to tell you, it's a non-negotiable. You can't create breakthrough in 2025 or in any year with while you're running on empty. Okay? Bottom line. So I encourage you, invite you to think about this decision of reclaiming your energy. And then the third decision that I want you to think about, and this is a biggie. Now, all of these are interconnected, but this is one of my favorite things to say. It's so important to do. And that is the decision you need to make for 2025 is what's going to be your big, bold vision for your life and making that decision to write it. Okay. So the decision is, will you allow the old stories to define your future, or will you step into that bold vision, that bold true vision that reflects your potential? And I think this is one of the most transformative decisions of all, and it's something that you might need help with, and if you do, I'm here to guide you through that process. And if you want help with it, just DM me or drop me a comment. But this is transformative work when we talk about that bold, true vision. And I particularly want to talk to those of you who are women and women over 50 in particular, because too often we as women tend to minimize our potential. And in some cases, don't even realize our potential. And certainly all the time underestimate our potential. And so this whole idea about taking time to breathe deeply and write your big, bold vision for the future is a very transformative step and really lays the groundwork for your breakthrough in 2025. And when I talk about vision, I'm not talking just about a set of goals. I'm really talking about that mental image, that story that you tell yourself, that you display, that you talk about, that story about who you are and what's possible for you in your life. And I am talking about a self actualized state. You know, if you're in midlife, most likely you've made and gotten success and have achievements. So I'm not talking about achievements for my midlife sisters out there. You are most likely more interested in self actualization. That is, getting to that point where you find and discover your true and carry it out, your true possibilities, and leave a legacy and be all that you can be. That's what self actualization is about, because you've come through the achievement phase, you've done that. So at this point, when we're talking about vision, it's far beyond goals. I'm not talking about goals. And it's really about that, what is possible in our lives and finding that power and possibilities. But again, the challenge that many of us have is that we're living inside these fixed stories that keep us small. Stories, you know them stories, you know what I'm talking about. Put it in the comments if you know some of them stories I'm getting ready to say. You know, the stories like, I'm too old to try something new. Mhm. Or I should be grateful for what I have. You know, I got what I have and that's it. Okay. And I ain't talking about not being grateful. I am grateful for. And as I work with my clients, we go through this whole process of identifying those things that we are grateful for and blessed with. And so many of us have these blessings. Is that your full story? Is that your power and potential? Does it stop with where you are? And by saying, I should be grateful for what I have, limits the opportunity and the power and the powerful possibilities. And then, the other thing that we tell ourselves, big dreams are for other people, not me. These are fixed stories. And I could go on and on with them stories. And they're powerful. They really are because they feel true. But they ain't. They're not. They're just narratives, old stories we've internalized over time, that societal expectations of who we are and what should we do create, that our own inner glass ceilings lead us to believe. They're not true, though. They aren't. And your past doesn't write your future. It's really created by the story you choose to tell. And you have a choice. If you want to self actualize, you have that opportunity in 2024, 2025. Yeah, we're in 2025. We're going into 2025, right? All right. Y'all know what I'm talking about, whether it be now in 2024 or in 2025 and beyond. You know what I'm saying. You got to start working on it right now here in 2024. So, as you prepare for 2025 and that breakthrough, I'm challenging you to write a new, bold vision for yourself. Picture yourself at the end of 2025. And who are you? How have you self actualized? How do you feel? Asking yourself those questions. Write yourself a letter from the future. Okay. So just put this is one of those things to do, and you can prepare yourself. This is a way right now, and all the hustle and bustle of what's going on. You can prepare yourself right now. Sit down, write yourself a letter from your future self-actualized self. Okay. Whether that's, if you sit and you say, okay, it's what's today, December the 11th, um, 2025, and I'm putting myself there, and I'm in 2025. I'm self-actualized. I've discovered my power and potential and all the possibilities that there are, and I'm achieving, um, uh, actualizing, seeing extraordinary results for my life. What does that look like? And I'm going to write about it and write to myself, and then put that letter away, and you'll have it. But the point is, you need to go through the process of writing and describing the steps and what you did to get there, and the kind of impact this has had on your life. And also in that process, I want you to identify one non negotiable action that you took. And I'd love for you to take it today to start moving towards that 2025 and beyond vision. You can do it. This isn't about playing small or playing it safe. It really is about um, daring to imagine that future that excites you, that is full of possibilities, that relies on the strengths and the resources that you have, and finding yourself in that actualized state that you want to be, living the best life that you can absolutely live, and having the courage to actually create it, because you can. You can create this extraordinary life. You can step into this bold vision that you create. So those are um that's what I wanted to leave with you, that there are some decisions, make or break decisions, I believe, that you can make right here, right now, that will prepare you for a breakthrough year in 2025. The decision about uh, your connections and deciding to conduct a year-end audit of who surrounds you and who should surround you, and where it is you want to go and what it is that you want to do and who can help you get there. The decision about reclaiming your energy, because you can't make it in 2025 and beyond if you're not your full energetic self. And this is beyond the self care. I mean, self care plays into all that because we can't run on empty. Self care plays into that, how you do it. But again, I invite you to think about the perspective of self energy and care and time, self care and time management from an energy perspective. How much energy do I have? How can I conserve my energy? How do I manage my energy through time, through scheduling, et cetera, et cetera? Different perspective, and is important for 2025. And then finally, that third decision that you need to make about, are you going to write your new bold vision for 2025? A bold vision that does not rely on the old stories that you tell yourself, but really about that fresh new book that you're going to write about what's happening now. The story of possibilities, the story of power, the story of self actualization and living that best life that you want. Um, so, those are the decisions I think you need to make. If I can help any of you in that process, because oftentimes it's easier um, said than it is done, and you need an accountability partner, someone to guide you through, to help you with that, to help, partner to help you see your possibilities. When I work with my clients, it's just the truth. With my clients, with women in general, that so often we underestimate all of the strengths that we have and what we do, and we're in that mindset of so many old stories about what we can do. And my role and what I do is to help you see all of your potential and figure out ways to get there, which often is about skills, developing certain skills in the areas that can get you to where you need to go. So, if I can be of help to you in any way, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to remember that 21 days from now, we'll be in a new year, a brand new year, and it's full of possibilities. And I hope each and every one of you will pick up one or two of these strategies and tips. Thank you so much. That's the teaching for today. So I want to say hello we've got a whole new community of folk who are here from IG. Instagram, I welcome you. We just got it together where we're able to stream live. Mwah. I'm so glad you're here. I see people are saying happy Wednesday and they're coming in from Illinois and it's chilly there. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's what happens. Oh, and someone asked me to please restate number one. And I will say it again, that the first thing that I talked about is conducting a year-end audit of your connections. So you would look at who's surrounding you, what kinds of relationships you have, both professional and personal, and figure out, um, are these connections helping me? Are they with me, supporting me as I step into my power and possibilities? Do they help me create that big, bold vision? That are they a part of it? Do I see them in it? And really just think about who it is, who's with you. And that's all. We regularly need to do that. Um, Oh, great. So I'm hearing from After College Christina. Never tuned in before, but seems like it will help my commute. Okay, so I think you're listening to me. Is that audio and on a podcast like setting? All that's good. Girl, I'm so happy to have you here. And yes, and for those of you who need some help in this breakthrough doing, please let me know. But you also might want to join my email community where every day you get tips, these kinds of tips and strategies in my email community, elevatenextlevelsuccess.com. Okay, y'all, I'm going to let you go. And I will see you next week, same time. But look out for me popping up on IG, on Facebook, on TikTok, just popping up during these last 21 days before the end of the year with all kinds of tips and strategies for you to get ready for 2025 because I want you to find, to step into, to discover your power and possibilities. See you soon. Love you.